Imagine an alarm clock that just got louder and louder and louder and louder. Well, today we're checking out SCP-498 and wow, it is crazy how something so incredibly destructive can come in a package so unremarkable, but hey, such is life with the SCP Foundation. Outwardly, it's an unremarkable old-school alarm clock, and only the display and the snooze button are operational. It'll keep working whether it's plugged in or not, and despite their best efforts, no amount of prodding or poking by the Foundation have borne any fruit in regards to turning this thing off. Every 11 minutes, on the dot, the alarm will go off. It kicks off at 30 decibels, but will increase in volume by 4 decibels every 10 seconds until someone presses the snooze button. The major threat and problem here is that it seems there is no maximum limit to how loud it can get. In fact, the document redacts the top recorded volume figure achieved, but does reveal that top recorded volumes have produced sound waves capable of damaging buildings, inducing seismic activity, and causing internal bleeding of nearby lifeforms. So, the threat is a pretty obvious one. Let's say for argument's sake this clock was just dropped in a remote area with no one's knowledge, on a mountain, the Arctic, the desert, a forest, somewhere with no one about. Then it goes off. Of course no one's around, so it just gets louder and louder and louder. Just imagine how loud it would need to get before someone finally heard it. And by then it might be so loud at the source that even if some bright spark had an epiphany to go and investigate, the sound waves would blitz their internal organs before they even got close. Not only that, we know that this thing can cause seismic activity. Imagine if it got so loud that the earth literally cracked around it. Say the sound waves became so strong and loud that they were able to cause earthquakes or literally crack and disrupt the ground around it. Now you might be thinking, God, this thing is awful. They must have all their best resources containing this one. No, not quite. They've stuck it in a soundproof bunker and set up a mechanical arm to press the snooze button automatically. Does the job, I guess? They did have a contingency plan in case the arm failed to send in a couple of D-Class, but that all went tits up in an incident. During said incident, the mechanical arm malfunctioned, and so the Foundation sent in 2 D-Class to manually press the button until they could get it fixed. 3 days later, the Foundation still hadn't fixed it, and tempers were beginning to flare amongst the sleep-deprived D-Class. The 2 D-Class got into an argument and neglected their duties. Officer Wilson then got involved but was overpowered by one of the D-Class. That D-Class then incapacitated the second D-Class they had been arguing with. And Officer Thomas then went in, and remember, the snooze button hasn't been pressed at this point, so that alarm is getting louder and louder while all this is happening. After a brief tussle, Officer Thomas shoots the D-Class dead. Officer Thomas, now with burst eardrums, abandons his incapacitated fellow officer, escapes the bunker, and hits the lockdown. Containment teams later recovered the incapacitated officer and the incapacitated D-Class, both suffering from burst eardrums and internal bleeding. They discovered the D-Class had regained consciousness at some point, crawled to SCP-498, and had been hitting the snooze button on repeat until the containment teams arrived. Yet another SCP where the D-Class is the unsung hero in this story. Oh, and how's this for showing gratitude? So the Foundation treated the D-Class for his injuries, commended him for his bravery and for preventing a potentially catastrophic containment breach, and they still killed him at the end of the month. That is some low honor shit right there. They did that D-Class dirty. So yeah, that was SCP-498. Support me on Ko-Fi and leave a like and subscribe if you made it this far. Big up the patrons and channel members, and special thanks to Viger, Hex and Andre Bechert.